Okay. One time when I was a level 2 student on ASL about 3 years ago, I was invited through a deaf friend of mine, Dres Brown Bridge. She invited me to come over to her house for one weekend, just for a social gathering. I was excited but nervous at the same time, so I still showed up and went. When I arrived, it was around maybe 7, 8 o'clock at night. I also brought beer, like just different alcohol beverages, just to uh, show respect that I'm not coming in empty-handed. I'm sorry. Um, so it was about 8 other deaf people there, and it made me more nervous because the signing skills were totally different. We started playing cards and different games, and we were drinking and just having fun with different conversations. I had about 4 beers, 3 shots in. I had 3 shots of vodka, and I started to feel buzz. I started to feel my buzz started to come on. During the conversations, I started to notice that everyone's signing was a little blurry, kind of slurry, a little bit, at least in my perspective. I tried to keep up and pretend like I understood everything, even though I was losing a little control of what was being talked about. Dres asked me, hey, come on, everybody, let's do some more shots. So I gave in, I had 3 more shots of vodka. So now I'm 4 beers in, 6 shots in, and I'm really starting to feel the buzz. I can't really keep up anymore. I tapped out. Dres started to notice my back channeling was super lax, wasn't really a lot of movements or anything like that. So she looked over and she asked, hey, do you follow everybody? Do you understand? Uh, I lied and said, yeah, I understand you, but I really couldn't understand her or anybody else that she had at the party. And then she asked me one more time, and she gave me a serious facial expression. She was like, are you sure? She was like, this, you're quiet, you're not really like engaging anymore. I could tell. She was like, if you're buzzed, let me know. And if you can't follow the conversation, let me know. So eventually I told her, yeah, everything's blurry. I can't really figure out what's going on. And she said, that's fine. If you're having a good time, I'm pretty sure you're an adult. You know how to hold your liquor. But because you're learning a foreign language, it's important for you to speak up and say, hey, I don't understand, while you're still having a good time. And that's my story.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you can hear me. Perfect. So my story is about when I got bit by the German Shepherd. Here, I know you're aware, I got bit by a German Shepherd. So I remember this day because my manager asked me to come in early to work. So I was like, oh God, I gotta go in early. I gotta wake up early. I gotta do all this stuff before I go to work. So I woke up I normally take my dog out like at 6:30, wake up like at 6. This day, I think I woke up like at 5:30, got ready, took him out at 6. And, I had my plan. I was like, I'm gonna take him out at 6, and then I'm gonna feed him, get ready, walk him again, and then go to work. Um, Obviously that did not go as planned. I woke up at 5, I changed, I got ready, I got him ready, and we were walking downstairs, and during this time he was pulling a lot on his leash. So I had just bought him a new collar, and I had it fitted. Everything was good, it was good. And then I put him on the leash, walked downstairs. We were going a regular route. We normally walk like a mile, mile and a half. And then as soon as I turned, I noticed that there was this guy with his German Shepherd on the other side. And I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna put, my training tools to work, like get him by my side, get him to heel, and just kind of like go through the process of making sure he's good. So we were walking or whatever. He notices a German Shepherd. I put my tools to practice. He's doing good. But then the German Shepherd lunged. And when he lunged, my dog lunged. He was still a puppy. He was This was in November, so he was like 11, 10 months, 10 months. Um, so then he was still a puppy. He obviously still didn't know like social puppy cues or dog cues or whatever. So to him, everything was play. So when he did that, somehow the latch on the leash, it came off, it broke. And when the guy pulled his dog back, the collar came off. So, I kind of figured that the dog wasn't friendly because the guy was like, no, 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 no. And I was like, fuck. So, I was like, oh crap, Um, so I went to grab my dog, and in that process, I kind of put my arm under him to carry him up because he wasn't that heavy yet. He was maybe like 50 pounds. I want to say 50 pounds max. So I went to put my hand under him, and I guess when I did that, the dog, instead of biting my dog, he bit my hand. So I remember just thinking, ow, like, what the heck was that? And I didn't look at my hand because I was like, maybe it's just from the adrenaline, like from trying to carry him. I was like, it's fine. So I tried to grab my dog. In that moment, dude, the German Shepherd, because I was like this to my dog, trying to protect my dog, he bit me here. And then my first instinct was just to kind of like plunge at it. So I did this, like I plunged at it, and the dog went flying, it did, but then it came back and it tried to bite me again. And that's when the guy finally was able to grab a hold of his dog. But in that, like, after that, when I had my dog and like he had his dog, I just burst. I just found myself bursting into tears, dude. I was like, what the hell just happened? And all I remember was like, I was apologizing to my dog. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, this shouldn't have happened. And I don't know, like, somehow, some way, my dad knew something happened. I remember he was getting ready to go out on a run. He rushed downstairs from the apartments. He rushed downstairs into the street. I remember seeing my dad like this, like, what's going on? What's going on? And I was just sitting on the floor crying, like, like a baby rocking back and forth. And I was like, that dog just bit me. The dog just attacked us. Like, I was like, it just bit me. The dog bit me. And he was like, what dog? What are you talking about? I didn't realize that the guy had literally gotten his dog and left. He just went the other way. And like my dad was like, "What dog?" And I was like, that guy with that dog." And he was like, "Look at your hand." And I was like, what are you talking about?" And literally, I looked at my hand, and it was like in between my thumb and this right here where my scar is. It got me there. And like I tried to get the guy's information. I told him, I was like, if anything happened to your dog, let me know. Like my dog should have never, unbuckled his leash. But at the same time, he was like, "Oh no, it's fine, it's fine." He was kind of trying to like rush away. So I was like, that's so weird. And I asked him, I was like, does your dog have the rabies vaccine? No answer. And I was like, fudge, like that's a little suspicious that he doesn't want to tell me if his dog has, vaccines. So then I went back to my dad and I was like, well, he didn't tell me anything. He was like, he didn't give me his number or anything. And my dad was like, okay, well, you gotta go to the ER, you gotta go to the emergency room. Tell me why at this time I had just gotten Medicare. So I got lucky. I got lucky that I got Medicare. Um, actually covered California. Retract that, covered California. So I rushed myself to Stanford and I waited there, I want to say like 2 hours to get seen. It was bad, 2 hours. And then I guess my dad called my mom and she texted me, she goes, "What happened? What happened?" I was like, "A dog bit me." And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, a dog bit me." And in less than like 15 minutes, my mom works like 30-ish minutes from Stanford. She was there. I don't know. She was like, "Okay, I'm on my way." And I was like, "Don't have to come." Honestly, I'm glad she went because um I hate hospitals with a passion. Like I cannot stand the smell or like the sight of blood or anything like that. Um, so I got 7 rabies vaccines, 5 in each wound, and then 4 in each thigh, 5, 6, 2 in each thigh. Yeah. Why my thighs? Because I couldn't take it in the arm anymore, like from the pain. I guess like they noticed like my heart rate or something was, something was off with like I couldn't withstand the pain as much as they thought I could. Um, so they put him in my thighs. And my mom told me that I don't remember crying. I don't remember much of what was happening when they were giving me the shots because of the pain, And my mom was like, "You cried like someone was dying, like someone was dying, and you scared the nurse. The nurse had to go get the doctor, and the doctor finished them up for you." And I was like, "The doctor?" I was like, "No, it was a nurse." Like I don't even remember the doctor coming in to do it because it was a nurse. Um, but yeah, I had to get the rabies vaccines because I didn't have the guy's information. I didn't know if his dog was vaccinated or anything. And yeah, I didn't work for like a month. So that was horrible. And then I had to go back every week for another vaccine, another rabies vaccine.
Oof.
And that's the story of why my dog and I cannot see a German Shepherd.